This is Cunha at United.
Chance here for Cunha! Matheus Cunha has fired home for Manchester United!
And this is Mbuemo at United.
Mbuemo in behind, takes a touch, scores for Manchester United! Pressure tells!
This is Cunha again at United.
Cross away, Matheus Cunha! And the Stretford end for Manchester United!
And this is Mbuemo again at United.
Bryan That is clinical!
The Premier League has a serious problem. Manchester United's attack has just burst into life. And at the centre of it all are two shiny new stars, Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbuemo. Though Mbuemo might just have the edge in shine. Reviving the team's lackluster attack felt like a monumental task. However, since they arrived last summer, few could have anticipated the profound impact these two would have on the pitch, swiftly rising to become United's game changers up front. So how are they transforming United's attack? And why are they, now more than ever since their moves to Old Trafford, becoming crucial to this United side? If there's one thing United's overhaul in attack revealed, it's that the club firmly believed their disastrous campaign last season stemmed from a lack of firepower. The new attacking potential was certainly there for all to see. Cunha had his most prolific season with 17 goals and 6 assists for Wolves, stat padding at a relegation-threatened team no less. Mbuemo scored 20 Premier League goals for Brentford last season, a tally no United player has reached since Robin van Persie 12 years ago. However, scepticism still surrounded their hefty signings. After all, United's player recruitment in the post-Ferguson era has so often been criticised for being erratic and misguided, especially given the staggering £2 billion spent on transfer fees alone since 2013. Yet by signing Cunha and Mbeumo, it felt like the club was finally making smart decisions in the transfer market.
When you sign players like Cunha and Mbeumo, who come in and absolutely have no worries about what's previously been going in, they're happy to be there, they just want to play, and they're going to... It's a complete and utter breath of fresh air.
Sure, some may downplay the duo as obvious buys, but it is the club's expectations of them that are crucial for assessing their true impact. If the aim in signing them was for them to replicate their previous goals output, it would have been akin to setting them up for failure, given the previous lackluster state of the team's attack. Still, they both rocked up to United with goals, albeit with varying degrees of volume and frequency throughout the season. On one hand, Mbuemo found his scoring touch early in the season, and has arguably been the success story of United's summer window with 8 goals across all competitions so far.
It's a clear picture of exactly what he wants, whether the finish near post or back post. He almost shows like no emotion, it's just like business in and around the box, and I love that.
In Amorim's 3-4-2-1 system, he occupied the right-sided number 10 role, supported superbly by makeshift right-wing back Amad Diallo behind him. Together they have forged a strong chemistry down the right flank, becoming United's primary avenue for attacking play. You only needed to look at United's form during AFCON from late December to early January to recognise Mbeumo's importance to the team. For Cunha, meanwhile, the weight of being an expensive signing and the pressure to replicate his prolific form at Wolves was a noticeable burden from the start, often showing in his reactions to missed chances. After all, it was the 26-year-old's impressive 15 league goals for Wolves that had single-handedly kept them from being relegated last season. So to suddenly find himself needing to wait until late October to score his first goal after a run of 9 games must have taken a toll on his confidence. Seriously, when it strictly came to output across those 9 games, the only thing Cunha had over Mbeumo was hair. Of course, beyond the stats, there have also been positive signs from the Brazilian all season. This was particularly evident on the opening match day against Arsenal and, more notably, during United's famous 2-1 win over Liverpool, where, despite not contributing in terms of goals or assists, his influence was crucial to United's first victory at Anfield in over a decade. But fast forward to now, and with 4 goals and 2 assists in his last 10 matches, the 26-year-old is beginning to showcase the form that his team can rely on for goals and assists. However, while goals output was always secondary to what United expected from Cunha and Mbeumo, they have shown a far greater impact on their games than anyone could have anticipated. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, we'd be incredibly grateful if you subscribed. Your support helps us grow and continue creating the content you love. Cunha and Mbeumo's roles this season have been physical, tactical, and above all, highly multifaceted. As the number 10s in Amorim's 3-4-2-1 system, they injected new life into United's transitional attacks by being able to better protect possession in the final third and steer clear of the heavy touches and slack passes that used to plague United's attacking rhythm. Their dual-based approach to protecting possession in the final third also gave the team time to push forward and place themselves in better positions to draw fouls and win free kicks in the first place, rather than getting bullied off the ball, as was often the case with Højlund last season.
We have different players, more suit to this type of style, but it's a big difference.
At the same time, their role in the out-of-possession structure significantly strengthened Amorim's side defensively, as they tucked in to form a 5-4-1 to shield the midfield double pivot, one that has been far too open to penetration in the past few seasons. However, like several others in the squad, there was a sense that their roles in Amorim's system were restricting their attacking flair. For Mbeumo, partnering with another similar wide threat in Ahmad limited the team's tactical variability as they both occupied similar zones, which consequently often left the Cameroonian marked out of games. And while Cunha enjoyed more familiarity with the system, having played as a left-sided number 10 in an identical formation under Vitor Pereira at Wolves, the lack of ball progression from United's left side meant that he often had to start his runs from his own half. This frequently led him to take the ball all the way to the opponent's 18-yard box, at which point he would sometimes suffer from tunnel vision, opting to shoot rather than seeking better passing options. Indeed, while the pair may have been standout stars at their former clubs, they functioned as interdependent components under Amorim in a system designed for collective effort, not just in attack but also defence. Amorim wasn't seeking individual stars just yet. He wanted synchronization in his United side, where every run is timed, every press is collective, and every rotation is rehearsed. And until they appeared more united, excuse the pun, even the most talented players would struggle to shine. But with United reverting to a 4-2-3-1 under Carrick, Cunha and Mbeumo have truly been unleashed. Now less is demanded of them tactically, while they are also enjoying greater individual freedom to rely on their instincts, a footballing quality that simply cannot be coached. Among the pair, Mbuemo can likely claim to have had the biggest impact over the course of the season, though to be fair, Cunha wasn't helped by an injury earlier in the campaign, and while neither has been confined to a single role, the Brazilian has arguably been moved around even more than Mbuemo. Notably, both have played up front, with Cunha deployed there by Amorim for his tireless running and quick feet to win second balls from long goal kicks, while Mbuemo has been utilised there under Carrick for his ability to make rapid runs in behind. Both also boast strong physical attributes, and even if Mbuemo lacks height, his relentless out-of-possession running can stretch any opposition. In big occasions, Mbuemo has proven particularly decisive. He scored the opening goal in the 2-1 win over Liverpool and in the 2-2 draw at Tottenham, and since returning from AFCON, he has netted United's first goals in each of the wins over City and Arsenal, displaying impeccable composure for both strikes. Cunha has also stepped up on the big stage. Although named as a substitute against City and Arsenal, he made vital contributions both times, first by crossing for Dorgu's goal in the derby and then netting the stunning winner at the Emirates. Even aside from that winning goal, Cunha's presence off the bench proved invaluable. With United under relentless pressure at that point, he provided an outlet multiple times, managing to hold on to the ball and help push his team upfield. It's obviously difficult to determine a player's true impact on a team. Is a team better because of that individual, or is that individual being impactful because of how they fit into the collective? In the case of Cunha and Mbeumo, it's probably somewhere in the middle. While clearly important to United being more effective in attack, you wouldn't say either has carried the team this season, yet collectively they're certainly not far off making that case. However, the scary part is that they're just getting started. This season's start-stop nature, marked by 3 international breaks, a mid-season tournament and individual injuries, highlights their untapped potential due to their limited minutes on the pitch together. Out of the 2,250 total minutes United have played across all competitions, the pair have only played alongside each other for just over 800 minutes this season. And just as they began to show signs of a developing partnership by helping United score a combined 8 goals in their last 2 outings together, the latter's departure for the AFCON had put that chemistry building on hold. It makes you wonder how many more goals they could have scored if they had fine-tuned their chemistry by now. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more content like this. Also, don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you never miss a beat. And with that, we'll see you in the next video.